I have some super cool clients. They booked me a corner room king with a view. Almost tripped over this couch. This is this is very, very nice. It's been a long, long day. I was up at the crack of dawn in Connecticut. First flight to Minneapolis, second flight to Vancouver. As I said, I am in Vancouver. I'm back. I was here in November, which was 4 or 5 months ago at the filming of this video, and I'm here for the same organization I was last time, Tantalus, which is a global innovative tech organization. They do some really cool work. I am here, so last time I was here, I was doing a keynote. It was their annual all-users conference. We had like 250 folks in, and I was doing the kickoff inspirational keynote, and that's what keynotes usually are, inspirational or motivational in nature. You can't change people in 45 minutes or an hour when you have a general audience. The best you can hope for is to inspire them to consider something in a different light than they had before. So yeah, this is a version of my communication workshop for organizations. It's called Hear and Be Heard, Human Connection in a Digital World. And I've got 2 different groups tomorrow. I've got the sales team and the project managers in the morning, and then I've got them joining me. We're being joined by the entire organization, like the whole staff, everybody from the engineers to the assistants will be joining me for the second half of the day, which is going to be more about the company culture. And I'm not doing it alone. I've got a colleague of mine flying in from Boston. Her flight's landing in like 20-30 minutes finally. Once she gets in, I will introduce you to her once if she feels like being on camera. Some folks do, some folks don't. I'm looking forward to introducing you to her though. I think you'll get a kick out of her work and what she does. All right, we just wrapped up the morning session. It was a big success. I mean, it just it went really, really well. I was thrilled with the conversations that we got out of the sales team, the project managers, the customer support folks. Really terrific, engaging room. I know you haven't actually met Ashley yet. Last night when she got in, we went out for dinner and we were just, talking through today's presentations, and I just didn't want to pull cameras out and distract us from the job at hand. But rest assured, you will officially meet her probably when we're all done with this evening. In just under 2 hours, we start the next 3-hour session with the entire organization, about 150, 160 folks, dealing with internal communication, company culture, how to feel and act like a community, how to show up for your colleagues, coworkers, your bosses, your managers, your employees, and say, I hear you, I see you, I'm here for you. The next morning, I had a chance to take a moment to breathe. As I walked the streets of Vancouver, desperately looking for a Tim Hortons, I couldn't help but reflect on where I started and how far I've come. No matter where you are in life, what you've struggled through, or what you've achieved, it's important to occasionally take time out to enjoy the present. After all, the past is gone, and the future may never come. All we ever really have is right now. The whole thing was a huge, just fantastic success. The CEO was thrilled, the executive suite was thrilled, attendees gave great feedback. Ashley and I, in the second half of the day, were able to keep the attention and engagement of 150 people for 3.5 hours during a very intensive workshop. Just terrific. Ashley actually has a client, another client that's in Vancouver that she's never met in person, that just happens to live here, and we just happen to be here. So she ran off to meet them in person, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to loop back in with her a little bit later this afternoon, and we're going to just take the day off to go kind of gallivanting around this beautiful, incredible area, since we have the opportunity, and it's so rare that either of us gets the opportunity to have an entire day off that doesn't have any travel or any gigs or any real work, even though I guess she's kind of out working right now. But I am not. I am not. Folks on bikes around here. It seems like a much healthier city than the ones I'm used to in the States. You know, it's been a long time since I've just walked around a public place vlogging with a giant camera. It feels awkward again. I'm not used to it anymore. Gosh, how gorgeous this is. This trip has me thinking a lot about the nature of being a freelancer. Let me know in the comments if you're a freelancer, whether part-time or full-time. And a freelancer, that just means you get paid when you work, right? As a magician, I was a freelancer, right? I was only getting paid when I did a magic show. And the reason this is on my mind is because I'm taking one of Seth Godin's amazing online courses right now called the Freelancers Workshop. And the whole purpose of the course is designed to help freelancers get better clients. When you have better clients expect better work, and then when you do better work, you attract even better clients, and then those better clients expect better work, and you just keep doing better and better and better work. And that is exactly what this organization that brought me in today, that brought me in last November, that it sounds like we'll be able to work with again in the future, that's what they are. They are the best type of client. They trusted me completely with a massive undertaking, and because they were so trusting and so open to what I was able to bring to the table, I felt a huge responsibility to absolutely deliver, to over deliver, in fact. And so I spent the last 4 months, probably 8 to 10 hours a week, just prepping for yesterday, just prepping for 1 6-hour day, because of the responsibility that I felt, in a good way, to deliver for this amazing client. And now that I went through that incredible process and I was able to deliver, I feel even better about doing that kind of work, which means I'll be able to go out there and bring in even better, even bigger, even more incredible clients who expect an even higher level of work. And doing that over and over and over again is the path to being extraordinary. I'm in Kansas. Oh my God, it's so bright. I can't even keep my eyes open to do this scene. It's been 2 days since last we spoke, and seeing as you never got to see Ashley, you can guess how that went. That makes it sound like she didn't want to be on camera. Actually, I asked her about it, and she was thrilled. She was really excited to say hello to you guys, to introduce herself, and then we went to dinner, and we spent 2 hours talking about business and kind of doing a deconstruction of the things that went well and the things that we would do different or better next time, and then we just kind of enjoyed chatting. But then I was at my layover yesterday, and I got a text from her that was like, oh man, we never did the video thing. So we're gonna hop on a video chat in a few days when I get back to Connecticut. I think she's heading back to Boston right now today as we speak, and we'll hop on a video chat so she can actually introduce herself to you, and I'll cut it in right now. Ashley, good to see you again.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, and isn't it exciting that we what was it, 2 weeks? Oh, has it been almost 2 weeks?
Whew, yes, believe it or not, already time's flying.
So we spent the better part of 3 entire days together, 3,000 miles from here in Vancouver, when we actually could probably be in the same place within 1 hour of driving. We could meet each other in the middle. And yet that entire 3 days, we did not find 30 seconds on camera together to just say hello. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell my viewers who you are and what you do and why you change the world.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, for having me. And hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Paré, and I coach women to feel confident asking for what they want, whether it's raises, promotions, any type of negotiation in life. And I help corporations empower their employees so they can keep their really good talent on board.
The same negotiation tactics don't work for everyone. And finding the right negotiation tool for you starts with understanding and believing in your worth.
That's what I do.
And that is exactly why I brought you in on this program. As my viewers know, this was a client that I worked with a few months prior. They saw me do a speech. They wanted to bring me back in to run a workshop. And as I was starting to talk to them about what they were looking for and how I could help them, I realized that you and I have this like complementary set of skills, of knowledge, of background, and of a variety of presenting. You know, I come in as the former entertainer with kind of a high energy, interactive, you know, almost light touch to some of this stuff. But what do you feel like you were able to bring to the table over there at Tantalus as a complement to what I was doing?
Yeah, I think it worked really, really well in terms of both of our styles and both of our backgrounds. So for me, having the corporate HR background and having supported leaders and sales folks and engineers and women in business, it was, I think, a perfect combination of, right, here's the big theory, here's what we need to be creating, here's where we're going, and then also, hey, don't forget about yourself. You know, what can you do in each and every moment and every day in terms of building out your career, in terms of being a better peer to your coworkers.
Just out of curiosity, I know how I felt about it, and you and I have talked plenty, but you know, do you feel this was successful for them?
Absolutely. So success is a funny word, right? Because who knows what each, you know, we had almost, 150 people in there, maybe 200 people. So from my perspective, and I know we talked about this too, we brought together the organization to have a really difficult conversation about, what's happening and where they can go moving forward. So I think that's a success whenever people are openly honest about where things are, what's working well, what isn't working well, then for me, that's a success because it's not every day that you get a company all together in one room to talk about these things. So from, just people giving feedback and comments and coming up to me after, everyone is really, really appreciative of the opportunity to talk with their peers. So for me, I'm going to call it, yes, a huge success.
I think so too. And listen, appreciate your time. We both have crazy schedules. You found a few minutes here to finish out this video. Next time we are working together, we will make sure that we actually do this in person. And yeah. I will be sure to, if you're interested and if you're willing to come on the podcast on One New Person for the second season.
I love that. Thanks, Brian.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Sometimes it's all out of reach. Soldier